Point guard, at 6'3", number 13, Isaiah Conger. Starting at small forward, at 7, wearing number 23, Wally Markkinen. Man in the middle. 7, number 24, Walker Kessler. Starting at the other guard, at 6'3", number 2, Colin Sexton. The other forward position, at 6'9", number 20, John Collins.
Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. A look at Indiana's starting group. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2, and it's Nesmith in at the 3. And for the Jazz, Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Sexton and Markkinen out on the wings, and it's Collier in at the 1 spot. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Now here's Halliburton. Oh, a little luck that time as it drops.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Markkinen sets a screen. Floats one up. Basket counts.
Colin Sexton, 2.
Now here's Siakam. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Will Hardy. I asked him if there was a plan in place to slow down Halliburton, and Coach joked, hey, if a plan existed, somebody smarter than me would have come up with it. Tyrese impacts the game in too many ways for us to neutralize. We just need to do what we can to make life difficult for him.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Nesmith, following the bucket by the Jazz. The shot by Nembhard, no good. On the wing, Sexton lets it go from deep. Pascal Siakam with a rebound.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A., and unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his 4th year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback and just a dynamic scoring guard.
Now here's Nembhard. Pass to Turner. Back to Nembhard. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his first personal foul.
Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkinen.
The first free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Now here's Markkanen. 5 to shoot. Oh, and Turner with a block.
A ferocious shot blocker. Turner provides a sense of security to the rest of his teammates.
The Pacers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Nembhard outside. Halliburton, the pass to Nembhard. Collins against Siakam. There's a screen by Turner. 14 feet away. The rebound by Markkanen.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Collier. Kessler, a screen on Halliburton. Really left him alone that time.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
Now here's Nembhard. Halliburton, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Stolen by Collins. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And it's going to be out of bounds with the Jazz retaining possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Utah making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in. And the Pacers also making a change. Mathurin's checked in. Here's Kessler. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Now, what's the saying? Don't box out. You get your feelings hurt.
Pacers trail by 7. Pass to Siakam. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015 for much of his career with the team. He's endured the trade rumors. He said, I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy. And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Brian, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Clarkson. 1:51 left to play in the first quarter. The rebound by Turner.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Neesmith passes to Nembhard. Siakam for 3. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. It's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
Now here's Collins. No points so far. And that one's good. Clarkson.
Rise and fire away. This is Clarkson's attitude as soon as he catches the rock.
Pacers trail by 7. Siakam outside. Here's Mathurin. Got it. Good job in the low post. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Nembhard. Clarkson for 3. It's not going to go for him. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Pass to Nembhard. There's the triple. Collins with the rebound. Utah leading by 5. Here's Sexton. It's deflected.
Yeah, a long and lanky guard at 6'7". Mathurin can be a problem defender in this league.
Neesmith's shot is off. Clarkson outside. Shot from the wing. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And so it's the Utah Jazz closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from Utah in this one?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. And the Pacers looking at who they've got. They've got T.J. McConnell, Walker out there with Toppin, then it's Halliburton, and it's Mathurin in at the 3. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they had the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
McConnell against Clarkson. To the middle. Walker with a steal. Here's Mathurin. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And putting his athletic ability to work. I mean, Mathurin comes in hot on the drive and lifts off for the slam.
George passes to Markkanen. Clarkson with a screen on Walker. Markkanen against Walker. Clock at 6. George feels it out a bit. The 3-ball. That shot is off. Pacers trail by 5. McConnell right side. Walker a screen on George. Left side Walker. Pass to Mathurin. Back to Walker. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
As a roller, Walker has soft hands for the catch, and he is aggressive.
Jazz leading by 3. Markkanen with a screen on Halliburton. Markkanen outside. From the arc. Yes! Markkanen from deep.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Mathurin. Banked it in off the glass. Mathurin's gotten 4 this quarter.
And Mathurin is an impressive scorer, skilled at finding ways to convert around the rim.
George against McConnell. Fires from 14. George's shot is off. Pacers trail by 4. Down low. And McConnell the bucket on the assist by Halliburton. McConnell's got his first points of the game. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Great body control allows Mathurin to finish through contact.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Football fans, on the court is your high squad. Time for teachers.
entire new group here. Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Siakam comes in for Walker. Neesmith, he's checked in for Matherin. And it's Nembhard in for McConnell. Here's George. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Collins. Here's Collier. Back to Collins. Beyond the arc. Drills it from deep.
And sometimes Collins makes this look so effortless, as if the three-shot is just that easy.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
That's his first personal foul.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Utah.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Yeah, they've also started out on fire from mid-range. We'll see if they continue to that approach as the game goes on.
And that one falls for Turner. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Utah. And the Pacers also making a change. Matherin's checked in for Tyrese Halliburton. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Will stand since trading Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in 2022. The Utah Jazz have done some reshaping of their roster.
Yeah, and Brian, it's clear that they're not done. The tinkering continues. They're going to continue to move pieces around until they find what they think can become a championship contending team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls. And remember, despite a great start to his career, Colin Sexton was traded after his 4th year, Coach.
Yeah, well, Brian, seems like everybody gets traded at some point now, and Sexton has responded well to that deal. He understands it's not personal, it's a business. He deserves a lot of credit for what he's done.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, too. The team that traded you, there's also a team that wanted you in trade.
So true. We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
2 minutes remaining in the
Outside
first
Matherin.
half. 2 minutes.
To the inside, Turner. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Second personal foul.
That one on Kessler.
And the defense recognizing that Turner can make this shot, which is why he gets fouled.
And he'll take his 3rd and 4th free throws of the night. And that one falls for Turner. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there are so many great players, Michael, LeBron, but let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
That one's no good. Jazz leading by 3. Sexton with it, picked up by Matherin. Sexton misses. The Pacers have gotten off to a sensational 5-for-5 start in the second quarter. Pass to Siakam. And here's Turner from the arc. Buries it from 3. Turner's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Gotta be encouraged watching Turner shoot with conviction, realizing his team trusts him to take these fast shots.
Now here's Collins. Markkanen outside. Pass to Collier. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Sexton. On the wing, Sexton. Markkanen with a screen on Matherin for 3. Sexton. No good.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Now Nimhard. Collins against Siakam. Lets the three fly. Another three for Indiana.
Yeah, working the play to perfection. Siakam comes off the screen free to fire a shot.
Collins outside. Two shots, two makes. Off to a good start.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pec.
Pulls up at the elbow. Siakam, no good. To the middle. Here's Collier. No good with a layup. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Pacers out in front. They're up by 1. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm alongside Coach Rick Carlisle. Defensively, you are slowing them down. What can you say about the effort you're seeing so far?
You know, this team is a deceptive team despite their record. They got a lot of weapons, and they've been a tough matchup for us, so we've got to keep grinding away.
The grind continues. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Benedict Mathurin.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And it's Utah with the ball. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. And it's Collier in at the point guard position. That's the group for Utah right now. Outside Sexton. Off target from three-point range.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Here's Sexton. Pass to Collier. Collins with it from downtown. Gets the three to fall. Collins has got 8.
And this is a part of Collins' game that's really evolved. Hitting jumpers and catch and shoot.
Outside Neesmith. And here's Turner. He's got 5. Back to Halliburton. 6 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. The shot by Nimhard, no good. Utah has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Pass to Kessler. Collins outside. On the wing, Sexton. Here's Collier, defended by Halliburton. From 18 feet away. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
Here's Siakam. Some solid defense from Markkanen. And here's Markkanen. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Pass to Kessler. Sexton looking around. Here's Collier. This one for three. The rebound by Neesmith.
Well, I don't love him taking that shot, especially with the defense right there.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. The Jazz have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Outside Sexton. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Well, Indiana shooting it at 52%. Here's Siakam. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Siakam's got 8 points.
Yeah, sometimes I think the 6'9" length of Siakam surprises opponents. He's able to go through or over contact.
The three, Sexton. He buries it from 3. And the Jazz lead by 1. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
Back to Halliburton. Fires from deep. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Double by Turner. Sexton passes to Kessler. Outside Sexton. Pass to Collier. Collins with a screen on Halliburton. Now Collins. Defended by Halliburton. Collins, no good.
Gets good position inside. May have rushed it just a little.
Nembhard outside. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Siakam. Again, the Pacers. Good for 2 more.
Yeah, that fadeaway gave him more than enough space to get that shot off.
Collins with a screen on Halliburton. It's stolen by Halliburton. Fast break. Here we go. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
I mean, he can do it all. Shoot, facilitate, great skills for the young Halliburton.
Indiana shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Neesmith. And both free throws good for Halliburton. Jazz trail by 3.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Clarkson with the ball.
2 minutes.
He's got 5 from deep three-point land. Kicks it to George for 3. Here's Kessler. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Now here's Halliburton. Oh, Kessler with the block. Clarkson passes to Sexton. George's shot is off. Indiana's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Matherin finds Turner. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltending.
So far in the game, he's gone 2 for 4 from the line. Sensabaugh's checked in for Kessler. Shepard, he's checked in for Indiana. McConnell comes in for Tyrese Halliburton.
One shot.
And that one falls for Turner. Jazz trail by 4. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
We'll stand former second-round pick Jordan Clarkson. He's averaged double-digit scoring every season.
Yeah, Brian, he's done it primarily as a sixth man. He actually already ranks among the top 10 in all-time points scored off the bench, and he's still moving up the ladder.
It is interesting that he prefers to come off the bench.
Yes, some guys do.
And he knocks down the first one.
And at this stage of his career, Clarkson really knows his role. A highly effective scorer who looks to decimate defenses.
Toppin, he's checked in for Indiana. And so Clarkson nails both of them. 1:07 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Matherin. Toppin, a screen on Clarkson. Back to Toppin. Let's go with a 3. Nails it from 3. Toppin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And I'll tell you, Matherin's passing game has a solid foundation. Now, hopefully, it continues to grow here.
Here's Sensabaugh. 35 seconds left in the third.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
The Jazz making a switch here. Potter's checked in.
Coming on the floor for the Jazz, number 25.
Pacers leading by 5. Toppin outside. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. George outside. Back to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. George's shot is off. And so it's the Indiana Pacers closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. We'll be right back after this word. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Obi Toppin out there with Walker. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. Then there's T.J. McConnell. And it's Halliburton in at the 2.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
Now here's Clarkson. Count that one.
Good maneuver to get inside. Clarkson is sneaky.
And Halliburton has got the ball here for the Pacers. Outside Walker. Pass to McConnell. And here's Toppin from the arc. That shot off.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
George outside. Here's Filipowski. Clarkson passes to Filipowski. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
An efficient facilitator, Clarkson gets the ball to the right guy.
Down low. Here's McConnell. That one goes. Count it. And the Pacers lead by 7.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
The Jazz shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team.
Once again, everyone, your Utah Jazz record is through.
For the Jazz, Martin, he's checked in for Sensabaugh, and it's Juzang in for Clarkson. And the Pacers also making a change. Nimhard's checked in. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
Allie, thank you. Now here's Martin. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
That's his first.
It goes on Obi Toppin.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
At the line for 2. Kenyon Martin Jr.
And he makes a first. A different look here for Utah. John Collins comes in for Potter, and Jordan Clarkson subbed in for Juzang. Both good from the line that time. Pacers leading by 5. Pass to Mathurin. Toppin outside. Toppin, a screen on Martin. Back to Toppin. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Now here's Clarkson. From behind the arc. And the three-pointer goes. Clarkson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, offensively, Clarkson has been hot. And you know it's motivating everyone else on his team, too.
Halliburton against George. Back to Nembhard. Launches a three. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. And the Pacers lead by 7.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Filipowski. For three, Collins hits a three-pointer.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now.
Stand down. Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen, and you show us your best move. Let's go. Look at those moves. Bring those moves. Next dancer.
He's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker, and it's Nesmith in for Matherin. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Nesmith passes to Nembhard. Pulls it from the corner. Halliburton, no good. Jazz trail by 4. Now Markkanen. Pass to Collier. Kessler, a screen on Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. Indiana with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Nembhard with it, picked up by Sexton. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Count the basket. And the Pacers lead by 6.
Yeah, intelligent shot selection by Halliburton, opting for the floater in that situation.
Here's Collier, defended by Halliburton. Markkanen's got room. Outside for Sexton. Collins a screen. 4-3. Sexton misses.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Now here's Nembhard. Pass to Halliburton. Turner for 3. It's hauled in by Collier.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And Collins with the slam.
And the confidence Collins has is impressive. Doesn't feel any pressure taking these big shots.
Halliburton looking for an opening. And it's Halliburton. Gets it to go inside.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
Now Here's Markkanen. Neesmith covering. Markkanen outside. Pass to Collier. Collins a screen. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. No good from outside. Indiana has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Siakam. Collins with the rebound. And so Markkanen will bring it up for Utah. They trail by 6. Oh, he nails it! And now they trail by just 4.
This is why Markkanen has the rock in his hands. This team wants him to take those big shots.
43 seconds left in the fourth. They double-team Halliburton. Nembhard outside. Fires for 3. And Halliburton with the basket and the assist by Turner. And the Pacers lead by 7. Timeout called, the Jazz. They're losing by 7. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
Not much time left. You think they have a chance to come back?
It's time for T-shirts. That's right, fans. Here come some T-shirts headed your way. Loudest fans get free T-shirts.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And he buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, yes
That's his first personal
type of shot.
Second team foul. At the line for the Pacers, Andrew Nembhard. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And no luck at the stripe this time. Second one won't fall. Absolutely no room for error.
Everything has to almost fall perfectly for them to pull this out.
Here's Markkanen. And it's in. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Tough for a defender to challenge the shot when the height differential is so pronounced. Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Indiana, Andrew Nembhard at the line for 2.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. 16 seconds left to play in the fourth. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
"16 seconds left in the final quarter. Collins outside. The three is up. It's rebounded by Indiana. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
At the line for the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6. And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game. Drains the triple. And so the big win by Indiana in a tight game. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have 2 choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Hey there, I'm here with Pascal Siakam. The shots were falling for you tonight. How'd you like the flow offensively?
I like it. You know, we play for each other like we always do. Move the ball around, get the open shots. And today, they went in, so you got to continue to play.
It's helpful when it goes in. Thanks so much, Pascal.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Tyrese Halliburton.